Good morning. You're like, I feel like your peppermint oil is like the Jewish version of Greek Windex. Like it'll fix anything, and you can bake with it, and you can put
little Windex. Yeah, no, it's like a rat spa now. I'm like giving them oils and and do their colors, maybe mani-pedi massage. Okay. Dana, speaking of which, President Biden, you know what? It is kind of a depressing week given. Listen, you and I need to go into hot bisexual women, super smart, that are a pain in the ass.
But you're going to.
I've known a couple.
Let's just say I've known a couple.
I think we have a. I also think we have a very different definition of hot.
Okay, well, here's my point. It just is a depressing week for getting something done in the Senate. But God bless President Biden for some of this stuff was smart yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. About gun dealers, about going after it however you can. If we can't get something done in the Senate yet, here we go.
If you willfully sell a gun to someone who's prohibited from possessing it, if you willfully fail to run a background check, if you willfully falsify a record, if you willfully fail to cooperate with the tracing requests or inspections, my message to you is this: we'll find you, and we will seek your license to sell guns. We'll make sure you can't sell death and mayhem on our streets. It's an outrage. It has to end, and we'll end it, period.
Yes, Travis.
Nancy Pelosi just announced that she will create a select committee to investigate the Capitol insurrection and its causes. She said it's imperative that we now establish the truth of that day and ensure that the attack of that kind will never happen again.
Okay, I'm just going to repurpose my favorite impeachment song, Dana. We were just let's do this. Let's do the select committee. Let's do it. Where's our impeachment whistles? Where did I put them? Oh, they're in there somewhere. Okay, I wasn't prepared for this. I'll get my whistle. Let's do it. Select committee. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Dana, see what I mean about everything gets better when Dana's here? See? Look
everything gets better. Look at these announcements. And you know what? Hopefully Pelosi is smart and they put Liz Cheney on this select committee.
And Adam Kinzinger.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make it bipartisan. Let's do this.
That is a great idea. And she can say this is bipartisan. It's, sane Republicans that, at least believe in a basic set of facts and truth.
Every Republican who voted for the committee the first time, the actual do a Congress approved one.
Nobody that voted to overturn the election. Dana, don't you feel like yesterday in the midst of all this, I don't know why this struck me, that I thought like because of all of the insurrection and all of this stuff going on, I don't think there's been enough focus on the Republicans that voted to overturn our democracy. They voted after they were attacked. Yeah. They went back in and voted to overturn the results of a free and fair election that not only Trump's head of cybersecurity, Trump's, personal attorney, Bill Barr, said was free of fraud. I mean, I just don't feel like they've been held to account even for that. Do you?
They haven't been held. No one's been held. I mean, they just sentenced the first person. And listen, I understand why they did this, but parole? Like at this point, no one's been held to account. So if they're going for bigger fish, let's go fishing because a lot of us are getting tired. Something has to change. There's no accountability for this. This was an attack on our democracy and the United States Capitol. This is insanity.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is what I was just talking to Malcolm about, Dana, that Robert, whoever, of Maryland pled guilty to one count of parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building, a misdemeanor. He agreed to pay a $500 restitution for damages to the building. Another agreement offered to Anna Morgan Lloyd. She's grandma, the first person sentenced today who avoided jail time. She received 40 hours community service, probation, $500 restitution. Judge released an accused insurrectionist to go on vacation after she spent a night in jail and then verbally agreed to the court's conditions. And I guess Malcolm said, well, it depends on, how they cooperated, what they gave up, I suppose. And Dana, you're absolutely right, is I hope they're working up the field chain the food chain to the top, because this is a little Well, this lady, can I just say, is just, oh, oops, I screwed up my box, Dana, pardon me, is a little, there it is.
Picture box.
Yes,
Picture
there
box.
you
How
go.
embarrassing. I'm looking right at you. I am looking right at you.
She stated she was making a divine special appearance as a free living soul and a woman, and then quoted several passages from religious scripture as the basis for her statements. After spending a night in jail, she appeared before the judge. The judge ruled she could be released on personal recognizance after she verbally agreed to the court's conditions, which include turning firearms over to her sister. I don't feel like that's probably because I'm thinking her sister might be equally like what I don't. Okay.
Unreliable narrator.
This doesn't happen to black people, Dana. Who's the writer that got turned over to his mom? Like, I was like, what? No. Okay. She also, the judge said she should be allowed to drive to Mount Rushmore on July 4th for a family vacation. The FBI has said that Bauer called for the hanging of Nancy Pelosi and other lawmakers during the insurrection. Okay. They better have gotten stuff to get up the food chain from these people, because I'm like, really? You get to go on with the
There's a real good chance.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a real good chance all these morons are going to violate their probation, though, because someone's going to do an Instagram post and was like, I stormed the Capitol and all I got was probation, and just make like bumper stickers and sell them. So
yeah.
they're they're morons. They're going to do something again, and they may go back to jail.
Okay. At least this guy, far-right extremist, faces up to 30 years in prison after FBI finds unregistered weapons. He likes to dress up as Batman and the Joker.
Oh.
Travis.
That's terrifying.
Anyone who dresses up as the Joker is terrifying.
How many spandex outfits do you have, superhero outfits do you have currently?
I don't have any Batman or Joker ones.
How many do you have?
Enough.
How many?
It takes too long to count in my head.
Okay. He even sometimes threw a Nazi armband on in the videos that he uploaded to a chat site when he flashed a gun and made racist statements. During a raid on his home, the FBI found a rifle and 850 rounds of ammunition. He pled guilty to 3 felony counts for possession of an unregistered firearm, blah, 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 blah. So, yes, up to 30 years in prison. He said he bought $500 worth of ammunition and rifle parts from a gun show because he and his family received threats from Antifa and Black Lives Matters. No, he didn't, because it's not even a thing. God,
yeah.
Okay, so this is why this is good. The present, the stuff that we can do on guns, Data, but also yesterday you probably heard this story. The number of people stopped from buying guns through the U.S. background check system hit an all-time high of more than 300,000 last year amid a surge of firearm sales. The background checks blocked nearly twice as many gun sales as in 2020 and as in the year before. About 42% of those denials were because the buyers had felony convictions on their records. There's no question background checks work, but the system is working overtime to prevent a record number of people with dangerous prohibitors from being able to buy firearms, said the group that sued. The loopholes in the law allow people to avoid the system even if they just meet online or at a gun show for the first time. We've got to plug these loopholes, Dana. The background checks work, but you
100%.
Internet and gun sales, it's just a way to you just go around it. I mean,
yeah, no, 100%. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be, the background check loophole has got to be fixed. The boyfriend loophole has got to be closed. There's a lot of things that need to be changed.
We went over how many incidents of domestic violence are in all of these Capitol rioters' pass. Misogyny, domestic violence. One guy, I think they said something about a nearly uncountable number of emergency room visits from women, in his life. Anyway. Even this is another thing that even Republicans and even like in West Virginia are for background checks, are for sensible, and that I would assume plugging these loopholes, right? But when Americans say they're for background checks, they don't mean but you can get around it if you buy it online or at a gun show, right?
No, there's a reason it's called sensible gun legislation. Like it's very realistic. It's appropriate.
Yeah. All right. Hey, how about that rainbow picture someone made of all of us at our Comedy Girl party? Wasn't that fantastic? Becky Swan.
With so many talented fans of the Stephanie Miller Show.
I put it up on Instagram. Becky Swan, thank you so much. She tweeted it yesterday, but that's beautiful as we wrap up Pride Month, right? All right, 19. Although, by the way, Jen Kirkman made a joke about taking fashion tips about taking her, eye patch off from a bunch of lesbians, and I was like, excuse me, we were half and half. You and Frangela and Jody Hamilton represented straight girls.